The House comes to questions for oral answer. Question number 1 in the name of Chris Bishop.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Thank you very much. My question is to the Minister of Finance. What reports has he received on the outlook for the New Zealand economy?
Good question.
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Finance, yesterday the New Zealand Institute for Economic Research released the consensus forecasts. NZIER reports a lift in growth expectations on the back of a stronger outlook for household spending. Solid investment growth over the next few years is expected, reflecting improved business confidence and increased residential construction. Expectations for employment growth over 4 years have been revised up and forecast unemployment revised down. Growth is expected to average 2.7% over 4 years, broadly in line with recent forecasts from the Treasury and the Reserve Bank.
Supplementary, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Chris Bishop.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. What reports has he received that show how solid momentum in the economy in the first half of 2016 is helping to deliver more jobs and higher wages for New Zealand families?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Finance, the Treasury recently published their monthly economic indicators report for May, which says, and I quote, "The economy appears to have maintained solid momentum over the first half of the year. Robust real wages, along with high migration and tourism inflows, supported retail spending in the March quarter. On balance, the economy appears to be doing slightly better so far this year than anticipated in the budget update," end quote. The Treasury also reports lifts in business confidence, profit expectations and employment and investment intentions among businesses.
Supplementary question, Chris Bishop.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. How is continuing job growth, in particular the growth in full-time employment, combined with low cost of living increases, helping families get ahead?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Finance, the monthly economic indicators reports a 1.2% increase in employment in the March quarter alone. That's 28,000 additional jobs. 75% of this job growth was in full-time employment. Construction industry employment growth is being increasingly driven by Auckland as the residential component of the Canterbury rebuild levels off and Auckland building activity increases. Better job prospects are encouraging more people to look for work, leading to the labour force expanding a record 1.5% in the quarter. Inflation of 0.4% is supporting robust real wage growth, meaning higher spending power for households and families.
Speaker.
Supplementary question, Chris Bishop.
That's right. There's more. To the Minister of Finance, what steps is the government taking to support growth, investment and employment?
Great question.
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
On behalf of the Minister of Finance, the government doesn't create jobs, of course, businesses do. But what the government can do is create an environment where businesses have the confidence to invest another dollar and employ another person. The government has taken many steps to support growth, investment and jobs, including reducing income taxes to increase incentives to work, reducing ACC levies by around $2 billion since 2012, investing in new public infrastructure, diversifying our exports, by negotiating the TPP alongside agreements with Malaysia, Hong Kong and Korea.
That's great.
Supplementary question, David Seymour.
If cutting taxes has previously been found to increase the incentives for work, savings and investment, does the government have any plans to repeat that?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Well, Mr Speaker, as the member knows, there weren't any in 2016 and he's got a few more sleeps to wait until budget 2017 to have the answer to that.
Supplementary question, Grant Robertson.
How is Westpac Bank wrong when they describe the budget as a, quote, fiscal mirage and that, quote, it's clear that the improvement in the fiscal outlook has largely come from economic projections rather than any policy?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Well, Mr Speaker, as I just said in answers to the primary question, when you're seeing growth that's coming out through NZIER 2.7%, Treasury forecasting 2.9%, on the world stage, I think most people would see that as a positive story, and that's why we disagree.
Question